Let's be real, brother. There's a dangerous lie that most men carry deep in their chest, that when she says, "I miss you," it means everything. That one text can redeem months of neglect. That affection, when packaged in words, equals love. But here's the reality. Words are easy. Love isn't. A woman can smile while planning her exit. She can touch your hand while holding someone else in her heart. But what she can't fake is consistency in action. Today, I'm not here to give you hope. I'm here to give you clarity. To hand you the 6 signs that separate a woman who says she loves you from the one who actually does. These aren't things she tells you. These are things she does when no one's watching. No filters, no performance, no guessing. And once you see these signs clearly, you won't be chasing love anymore. You'll be recognizing it, or walking away from its illusion. Sign number 1. She nurtures you without asking. Love, when it's real, doesn't need a reminder. She sees your exhaustion before you speak. She brews that coffee not because it's her role, not because you asked, but because something in her soul whispers, "He needs me strong today." She doesn't announce it. She just moves quietly, intuitively, like the storm that waters your roots without asking for praise. And no, this isn't about traditional roles or playing house. This is devotion made visible. She folds your shirt because she knows you're late. She reminds you to eat because she senses your silence. She asks how the meeting went, not to make conversation, but because your day actually matters to her world. But here's the brutal truth. She won't do this for just any man. She won't rearrange her schedule for a placeholder. She won't break emotional walls for someone still texting 3 other girls. She won't invest her energy into a man she sees no future with. A woman only nurtures when she's all in, when she's cracked open, when she's chosen you, not with her mouth, but with her time, her care, and her presence. And you'll know it, because she starts showing up in ways no woman ever did before. In ways you didn't ask for, and sometimes didn't think you deserved. That's not kindness. That's not obligation. That's love. Real, quiet, stoic love. So next time you're confused, wondering if she's really into you, don't look at her lips. Look at the little things she does when no one's watching. That's her real love letter, written in silence, sealed with effort. Sign number 2. She defends you when you're not around. You want to know who really loves you? Watch what she does when you're not in the room. Because every woman knows how to smile when you're present. Every woman can say nice things when your eyes are watching, when your voice fills the silence, when your presence keeps others polite. But real love speaks in your absence. It's in the way she handles conversations when your name comes up. It's in the way she stops a joke before it lands. It's in the way her posture changes the second someone tries to mock, belittle, or casually criticize the man she's chosen. Most women, they stay quiet. They let their friends make subtle digs. They smirk when someone says you're too serious or too intense. They let the shade slide because they don't feel the need to protect what isn't fully theirs, or worse, what they don't truly value. But a woman who loves you differently, she steps in. She doesn't need your permission. She doesn't wait for you to hear it. She defends you without turning it into a performance, and without expecting praise for it later. She shut down gossip mid-sentence. She'll look her closest friends dead in the eye and say, "Don't talk about him like that," even if it makes things awkward, even if it costs her social points, even if it makes her seem too defensive. Because to her, you're not just a boyfriend, you're part of her identity. And when someone attacks you, they don't just offend a man, they offend her judgment, her love, her character. And that, my brother, is rare. Because defending someone when they're not around, that's not for show. That's not for attention. That's not flirtation or affection. That's loyalty. It means your image, your name, your reputation. They live inside her in a sacred way. She carries you with her in rooms you'll never enter. And in those rooms, she holds the line like a soldier, even when no one's watching. So here's the test. Ask yourself not what she says to you. Ask, what does she say about me when I'm not there? What does she allow others to say in my absence? Does she protect my name the way I protect hers? Because if she doesn't, if she laughs when others mock you, stays quiet when others twist you, or lets disrespect slide like it means nothing, she's not in love. She's just around. But if she fights for you in silence, if she becomes your invisible sword, the one that swings when you're vulnerable and defends you when you can't defend yourself, then don't overlook it. Because most people fall in love with your presence. Only a few will fight for you in your absence. Sign number 3. She becomes emotionally exclusive before you even ask. Most men think commitment starts with a conversation, a label, a title, a late-night talk where she says, "Okay, let's make it official." But that's not where real exclusivity begins. With a woman who truly loves you, it starts in silence, before you even realize. It's subtle, it's quiet, it's invisible to the world, but undeniable if you know what to look for. She starts pulling back from the noise. She stops replying to those guys in her DMs. She skips that party where her ex might show up. She doesn't post that sultry picture with a caption designed for attention. Not because you told her not to, but because something in her spirit whispered, "This man matters. He deserves my full presence. I don't want distractions. I want him." See, when a woman truly loves you, her soul picks you before her mouth does. She doesn't need to be told to stay loyal. She just starts making space in her heart, clearing out anything that could threaten the foundation she's building with you. That includes deleting the flirty text threads. That includes turning down nights that lead nowhere. That includes setting boundaries with that just a friend guy who's clearly been waiting for an opening. And what's wild? She do all this without announcing it. She doesn't throw it in your face. She doesn't brag about what she gave up, because she's not performing loyalty. She's living it. Her presence becomes calmer. Her online life gets quieter. She stops posting for the world and starts protecting what's real. And that's the key. Real love doesn't seek attention. It seeks alignment. It doesn't scream, "Look at me." It says, "Let me hold this sacred just between us." So don't get distracted by titles. Don't be fooled by labels or relationship status on some profile. Look at the behavior, because if she's already acting like she's yours, while you're still debating what to call it, that's not neediness. That's her heart stepping in before her words do. And if she's still out there, entertaining attention, feeding off validation, playing in the gray zone, then it's simple. she hasn't chosen you. And you don't owe her your heart until she does. Sign number 4. She adapts to your world without losing herself. There's a kind of woman who doesn't just enter your life. She learns how to move with it, not by force, not by manipulation, not to become what you want, but to understand who you are at your core, and choose to dance with that rhythm without ever abandoning her own. That's not submission. That's alignment. Most women want you to fit into their world. They'll smile at your dreams until those dreams demand time. They'll say, "I support you," until your focus means fewer texts, less attention, fewer nights out. And slowly, they'll start pulling gently at first, then constantly, tugging you away from your purpose, your grind, your fire. But the woman who loves you differently, she doesn't get intimidated by your mission. She gets curious. She wants to know what drives you, not so she can control it, but so she can stand beside it. You're building something? She respects the silence. You're focused on your health, your goals, your peace. She doesn't interrupt. She makes room for it. She supports it. She becomes part of it, not by changing who she is, but by respecting who you are. And the beauty is, she never disappears. She doesn't fade into your life like a shadow, losing herself in your routine. She keeps her own world alive. Her passions, her standards, her identity. She doesn't orbit you. She walks beside you. And that's what makes her rare, because she's not trying to escape her life by joining yours. She's trying to build something new, together, without either of you shrinking. That's not dependence. That's duality. Two whole beings, choosing to move together. So if you found a woman who can fold into your rhythm without losing her beat, who can walk beside your discipline without resenting your grind, who can adapt without erasing herself, then don't overlook her, because love isn't about control. It's not about bending or breaking. It's about learning to move together without one of you sitting still. Sign number 5. She sees your darkness and stays anyway. You want to know if she truly loves you? Let her see the parts of you that scare even yourself, not the confident version, not the man in control, but the version of you that stares at the ceiling at 2 a.m., questioning if you're good enough. The man who's tired of being strong all the time. The man who's barely holding it together. Most women want your fire, your edge, your presence. But the rare one, the woman who loves you without condition, she doesn't flinch when your light dims. She doesn't disappear when the storm rolls in. She stays. She sees the cracks in your armor, and instead of running, she reaches through them. She sits with you in the silence, not asking you to explain, not needing you to pretend, just present, steady, unmoved by the discomfort. And here's what makes her different. She doesn't pity you. She respects you more, because to her, vulnerability isn't weakness. It's evidence that you trusted her enough to lower the shield. She knows the world demands your strength, but she never demands it from you. She gives you permission to rest. And in doing that, she becomes a space, not just a person, a space where your soul can breathe. She doesn't weaponize your truth. She doesn't bring your scars into future fights. She doesn't treat your low points like leverage. Instead, she remembers what you survived. She remembers how you kept going. She remembers who you are beneath the noise. And in that remembering, She builds something stronger than admiration. She builds loyalty, not the kind that's loud. Not the kind that posts selfies with captions about forever, but the kind of loyalty that holds your hand in the dark and doesn't let go even when you're silent, distant, or lost in thoughts you can't even name. She may challenge you. She may call you forward. She may ask you to rise again, but she never makes you feel unlovable. In your low, she never punishes you for being human, because real love doesn't just show up for your victories. It walks with you through the valleys. And if she's walked through your valley, brother, and stayed, that woman isn't just a lover. She's part of your rebirth. Sign number 6. She becomes your anchor, not your chain. There's a kind of woman who doesn't slow you down. She holds you still, not in a way that traps you, restrains you, or demands your constant attention, but in a way that brings you peace so steady, it silences every storm inside you. Most women, they want to be chased. They want to feel needed. They want to be the center of your universe, even if it means pulling you off course. They confuse love with possession and support with control. They don't just want to walk beside you. They want to reroute your journey. But a woman who truly loves you, she becomes your anchor, not your chain. She doesn't wrap herself around your neck every time you drift. She doesn't guilt trip you when you're focused. She doesn't panic when you withdraw to think, to build, to reset. Instead, she becomes the still point you return to, not because you're forced to, but because something in her presence brings you back to yourself. She doesn't demand updates every hour. She doesn't need you to explain your silence. She doesn't assume the worst when you're quiet. Why? Because she trusts your rhythm. Because she sees the man beneath the schedule. Because she knows that love isn't built on control. It's built on certainty. You feel it when she texts, not to ask where are you, but to say, I believe in you. You feel it when her calm energy balances out your chaos, when your stress doesn't scare her, but softens her resolve to stay close without crowding you. And no, she's not perfect. She have moments of doubt, moments when she needs your presence, moments when her own storms need anchoring too. But even in those moments, she never makes you feel like a prisoner in your own life. She's not clingy. She's not reactive. She's not trying to bind herself to you through drama or emotional games. She knows the difference between being a partner and being a burden, and she chooses to be the former every damn day. So how do you know she's your anchor? You move through the world with more clarity. You breathe easier. You sleep deeper. You stop second-guessing your every step, because she's not adding weight to your life. She's helping you stay grounded while you rise. That's not something you can fake. That's not something you can negotiate. That's real love in its highest form. Not loud, not flashy, not desperate, just consistent, still, undeniable. If even one of these signs reminded you of a woman in your life, or made you realize what you truly deserve, don't keep that realization to yourself. Drop the word anchor in the comments. Not for me, for you. So you remember that real love doesn't chase. It grounds. And if you're walking this path, choosing calm over chaos, self-worth over attention, and real connection over surface affection, then subscribe to True Stoic Way right now. Because this channel isn't for men chasing validation. It's for men building vision. It's for men who know that power is silent. That love is earned. And that freedom begins when you finally stop running and stand still with the right woman beside you. We're not here to play games. We're here to win in silence. Let's build that life together.